Ooni, Tinubu and Obasanjo ostrich syndrome. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel. General Olusegun Aremu Obasanjo retired cannot be dismissed with a wave of a hand in any circumstance or situation. He is the pride of the Nigerian nation in particular and a jewel of the African nation in general. Anytime people write articles to praise these people, I start saying, I don't know, it means two things. It is either they are seeking favor or they are being sarcastic about it. Yes, it is either of the two. There was this particular article, very, very creative writer. He wrote with sarcasm, and people were like, who is this person now? What was he saying? This person is high on cheap growth. And I'm saying, calm down. He's being sarcastic. Nobody will see black and call it white. Especially when the person is in his or her right state of mind. It is not done. It is not done. You can't say black and call it white and say white and call it black. That means you need rehab. You need therapy. You need to be checked. Let's find out the reason for these praises on this past great leader. The news in detail. He is indeed the cream of a world citizenry and leadership, but this privileged credential do not preclude him from firm criticism, particularly when he commits political missteps. Speaking at an event organized to confer chieftaincy titles of Are and Yeye Afunrugbiola on the Director General of the International Institute for Tropical Agriculture, IITA, Dr. Interayas Sangiga and his wife, the former president, was quoted by the media to have suggested that the Ooni should simply pray for any aspirant that approaches his doorstep and dismiss them without an open support for their candidature. He was mainly referring to media reports on the open support the Ooni offered to Asiwaju Bola Tinubu on his ambition to become a presidential candidate of the All Progressives Party, APC, in 2023. Two major inferences could be drawn from the advice. One is that Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, being in a political party that is opposing to that of Asiwaju Tinubu, may be offering counseling where it cannot be perceived as genuine. The second point is that while the former president is fully entitled to his opinion, it is also prerogative of the Ooni of Ife to accept or discard the suggestion, particularly if the advice sounds like that, like the act of a counselor teaching a counselor the act of dodging the issue that requires straightforwardness. After all, the Yoruba nation, which the Ooni of Ife represent, and which President Obasanjo derived his umbilical cord, captured the scenario in an adage that said, in interpretation, there is nothing wrong if a father acknowledges the beauty of his daughter. It does not mean that he intends to marry her. The truth is that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has a gigantic political standing in Nigeria, and refusal to concede, especially by those who should lead the masses of our people to take appropriate decisions during these trying times, would amount to hiding a finger. Therefore, the amiable, frank, and straightforward Arole Oduduwa should not be hounded and pestered to submission for taking a viewpoint that is in conformity with his ethics and conscience. More so, when the foremost match of a Yoruba race is not retailing or dispensing a bad product to the public, while some of us do not believe in using ethnic sentiment in selecting leadership, yet the Ooni can't just unreasonably be antagonistic to picking and supporting an individual like Asiwaju Bola Tinubu who can stand gidigba in a race for the shortlisting of a capable and worthy president for our nation. After all, the president of Nigeria will not come from the celestial, but from one of the ethnic nationalities, and the Ooni cannot but acknowledge it. If such good candidate resides in the enclave where he is the paramount ruler. President Obasanjo, as a Yoruba, should not forget that a father should not bedeck the waist of another man's child with beads when his own child has a natural ornament-friendly waist. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, in terms of quality, quantum, and depth of administration, dexterity, cannot be placed on the second rung of political leadership ladder in Nigeria. The Ooni of Ife knows this and will therefore not embark on a wild goose chase or render the ostrich effect in a situation that is patently obvious. The Ooni of Ife, being an Oba, is everybody's Baba, as Chief Olusegun Obasanjo rightly observed. But the question is, how different is he from the former president of Nigeria, who in 2015 demonstrated support for the candidature of President Muhammadu Buhari? On January 12, 2015, the then General Muhammadu Buhari and his entourage visited Chief Olusegun Obasanjo at his hilltop residence in Abeokuta to solicit for his support and blessings towards his presidential aspiration. Although there is no clear evidence to show that he directly endorsed the candidature of Buhari, but his body language did not portray neutrality. The Premium Times of January 13, 2015 quoted the former president to have said, "I will support the best candidate irrespective of party." If this was the position of Chief Obasanjo at that time, then why must Ooni be different? After all, they are both at the apex of Nigerian leadership. One can say without fear of incongruity that protocol-wise, the position of the former president is even higher than that of Ooni. If the former president can write open letters critiquing the current administration from time to time, despite being the father of all, why can't he lead a party's follower on the back when he finds him to be gifted and able in his chosen pathway? Empirical evidences have shown that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu will deliver the much-needed succor to the people if nominated by his party and where he is finally elected into office by the people of Nigeria. If all we need in 2023 is a presidential candidate who is shrewd, effective in governance, critically intelligent, strategic in thinking, innovative and civic-minded, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu possesses these attributes in abundance. Therefore, one needs not to play the ostrich game to offer the much-needed support. Professor Ojikutu is of the Faculty of Management Sciences, University of Lagos. Let me say this to you. If you're a youth and you support this kind of people, Bola Tinubu, Obasanjo, in short, you support people that you know that they have tasted leadership and we cannot feel the impact. Let us not forget that, yes, Tinubu once upon a time was the father of democracy. But what about all the happenings in Nigeria? Has he lent his voice? Has he professed solution? No. He has been quiet. Why? Because he prefers to be the president over to be the father. Here, in this case, a word is enough for the wise. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. And until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.